hub system concept, through its operating efficiency, opens the door to a greater marketplace. This expanded marketplace includes areas or businesses acclimated to highway transportation for their physical distribution needs. The current training provided to our direct sales force was specifically designed to improve each salesman's proficiency when competing with highway traffic. This manual, Value Selling: The Road to Success in Today's Marketplace, is your reference guide to successfully selling in these circumstances. Under the new hub system, sales reps often approach reluctant buyers as opposed to calling on regular rail customers who have a Burlington Northern track outside their door. Up until now, the trucking industry has had several advantages over rail service: the freedom to travel over existing highways, competitive pricing, an ample supply of equipment, all adding up to quality service. Now those advantages are yours. Applying basic selling skills is absolutely necessary to make sales inroads in this group. You must maximize the available hours for prospecting as well as selling. Because of this group's complex needs, it is essential to use good questioning techniques when seeking opportunities for Burlington Northern services. Most patrons, when provided the initiative, are willing to discuss how they conduct their business. The sales rep's exploratory efforts should be like rifle shots. Your questions must require more than a simple yes or no answer. You need to get facts, opinions, rationale, etc., to develop a game plan with a high probability of success. The traditional non-rail buyer isn't sold easily. They may not be totally happy with their current highway service, but it is working and therefore isn't to be jeopardized. There are some basic rules of thumb to assure selling productivity in this expanded marketplace. First, identify the marketplace. What is the sphere of influence? What area does the hub effectively serve? What customers within this area are apt to use Burlington Northern service? You can identify potential clients through lists of active and inactive customers, as well as reviewing sources such as Dun and Bradstreet identifiers. All of these will help you to identify potential clients. Next, use the telephone to qualify. Are the businesses located where you think they are? Who are the contact people? Are appointments or a cold call more appropriate? Is it possible to make a sale over the telephone? After arranging a group of appointments or planning cold calls, the next step is to quickly make the contacts. You won't be very successful unless you talk the right language. If these shippers have limited their transportation usage to highway, it's important to look professional and speak the intermodal language. Take care to avoid making tactical errors. Don't talk about rail car aspects such as reciprocal switching, boxcars, and the like. Such remarks can make clients question your transportation expertise. The early stage of your visit is exploratory. You must qualify the patron's transportation needs and determine if Burlington Northern can satisfy them. On occasion, you may find some railcar opportunities. However, most often this particular marketplace will generate intermodal opportunities. Once you identify their needs and determine if Burlington Northern can improve their service, it's necessary to influence the patron to make a change. You can generally nudge his thought process by establishing value at little risk. As long as the potential patron's existing transportation methods aren't obsolete, you're going to have to sell him on trying Burlington Northern. Customer objections are naturally going to arise, and it's possible you'll be turned down. Once again, go back to basics. An objection is really an opportunity for you to recognize a barrier to the sale. Once the barrier is recognized, your product knowledge and sales technique should carry you to either close the sale or realize why the sale cannot be made this day. The professional salesman finds that his attitude, his product knowledge, and his application of successful sales techniques are what influence reluctant buyers to alter their routines and reroute via Burlington Northern. In providing support for the hub center, you will come in contact with many businesses that have relied solely on truck transportation for years. Unlike railroads, which compete against each other but are essentially organized the same, the firm you visit may be utilizing its own private fleet, a common carrier trucker, contract carrier, or an owner-operator. In addition, the customer may choose other avenues such as tendering shipments to a consolidator, shipper association, or a freight forwarder. When traffic is tendered to third parties, our selling effort is directed toward those concerns, especially if Burlington Northern is now handling the traffic. Let's assume your efforts will be confined to those firms dealing directly with a highway carrier. First, think like a trucker. By doing so when approaching the potential client, you will be prepared for whatever situation exists. The most fertile field is probably the common carrier trucker, or perhaps a contract carrier. They offer dock-to-dock service. Their performance is often superior to some traditional railroad service because idle time is eliminated awaiting train departure or switch engine activity. Another factor that can limit your selling efforts is a lack of specialty trailers such as flatbeds and refrigerated vans. The hub center or intermodal business unit should be polled to obtain specific availability information. Generally, you'll find most commodities can be transported in standard TOFC trailers. Usually the trucker seeks a head haul, but you're also apt to find situations where the shipper receives a bargain because the trucker tries to avoid an empty return. If we eliminate the head haul, the bargain back haul never occurs. On the other hand, if we take away his back haul, the head haul is less profitable and vulnerable to intermodal competition. In summary, the trucker's selling strengths are relative freedom in establishing competitive price, quality service, usually an ample supply of equipment, flexibility in not being restricted in route variations as a rail car is restricted to trackage. Conversely, Burlington Northern's intermodal strengths are identical, and therefore we are competitive in the trucker's arena. Let's recap our tactics. Investigate the account, location, individual to see, etc. Explore, identify the potential client's real needs. Diagnose any existing problems. Determine whether what they have works well. Develop a game plan and perhaps a backup strategy. Assure your visit through an appointment when possible. Make a solid presentation describing Burlington Northern's features and offer specific benefits. Overcome any objections. Close the sale. Follow up if necessary or appropriate. Finally, use the checklist of questions being provided in hard copy with this program to improve your intelligence gathering. Your collection of vital data and information required for your own purpose as well as for that of the intermodal business unit will result in positive benefits.